I absolutely love this game. Sheep versus Fox. It's a Commodore game. Ooh, saucy, isn't it? Coming up on today's Retro Robbins show, we're going to be oozing some class. Well, I hope so. We got a new game to look at. We're looking at two different Crash magazines, just taking a pick of each one to do some re-reviews, and of course some more Commodore versus Spectrum. So if you want a bit of retro fun for this weekend, well, gaming fun that is, join me now on the Retro Robbins show. Welcome to the Retro Robbins show with me, Wayne, the Retro Robbins. If you love a bit of 8-bit, well, guess what? It's all about 8-bit today. What's on today's show? Well, we're going to ooze some clash with a game I've seen that I've just recently played. Seen it quite a while ago actually, but I've only just really got around to having a good go at it. One or two other newish games we're going to have a look at. We're going to have a bit of a mixed bag of Crash today, where we go through different Crash magazines and review an individual game out of each one of these magazines, as well as a little dose of Commodore versus Spectrum. Any retro news? Yes, we've had an update on the Spectrum Next, which any of you backers can see that they've secured all the keyboards and cases and they've put the orders in for that. Which is a great sign. That means it's not going to be too much of a long wait from there. Also, today's show as always is run on real hardware. We'll be using a real Spectrum for Commodore versus Spectrum this week. We're not going to use an emulator, we're going to use the real thing. And the Engo's doing the majority of the work, which is the clone of the Spectrum Next, which I'm hoping to replace soon, hopefully, if all goes to plan, that is. On the sound this week, we've got the Plus 3. I'm looking over there because I've got to think which one I'm looking at. And we've got the Grey Plus, the return of the Grey Plus 2 back. Today's rested computer will be the Toast Rack. It's on its holidays. It's having a well-earned break. And also, there's a new addition to the Retro Robbins show. Just waiting for him to ship his way over here. His name's Emo, and he's a retro robot. He's my friend, Emo. And I've got to take good care of him. What is Emo? Well, he's from the Living AI. Oh, and a big shout out to ProjectSpectrum.com. If you've seen all week, I've been making a few of those extra multi-face 128s for my own delights, and probably if you want to buy one, I'll sell them at you at cost price if anyone's interested. I'm not there to make a profit. Big thank you to Steve for sending me a new badge. Look at that. Pins to me. Oh, I love little things like that. It's great, isn't it? Anyway, with enough of that said, let's reprogram and have a look at this first new game. Do you like my little me intro breaker there? We're going to go for the 128K version. This has got 128K sound, so we're going to have to dull the sound out supplied by the Grey 2 this time. And turn this up. Oh, and I've got Kempston joystick, but I think I will use the keys on this occasion. Have a listen to the AY. That's nice, isn't it? So there's your opening presentation. All the information you need to see is at the bottom of the screen. Let's have a get into this game, shall we? Oh, we're a bit loud, but we can fix that. I have the master control right next to me. Right, so unusual combination of keys, if I remember rightly. It's OP and just one more key, space to, which will just stick you to the roof and back. So it's only 3 keys in total, which is not too bad. You've got to work your way through the screen slightly, and I think you have to just time it. These are like them annoying crushes. Now that green stuff on the floor there, the green slime on the floor, is deadly, and so is the green slime on the roof, so stay away from green things. And you'll stick to the roof until you drop down. Crawl your way around the screens like so. Instantly gravity takes you up. You need to find a way to open that in order to collect that object, so we won't do that at the moment. And you can see there's a nasty jet of gas coming out there. It's just about a matter of timing. So we might go into the first part of the room. Anything that's like that is going to kill you. So, oh, did you see that though? He got a bit of a colour clash, but it wasn't hitting any of the pixels. So a good thing about this game, you don't have to be pixel perfect. Oh dear. And the bad thing about this game is I'm not very good about it. Good at it. So we're going to drop down here now. And yeah, you can move in the air if you like. Make that look easy, didn't I? I just took a shortcut. And I've got that item there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to not die. I was hoping to try. I was going to try something. I was going to see if I could actually move from going up by pressing space again to see if I could drop down before I actually hit the roof. But judging on that evidence, I couldn't. I like the way he changes colour as well in each screen. It's gone from blue to white there. This could be quite intense, so you've got to time this quite well, where you drop between the gap before. Yeah, I've done it okay that time. Ah, I forgot to press the up key. Well, we need to be dropping down, don't we? So we've got to time it so he's going across when we actually drop down there. That's it. Whoops. Yeah, made that part nicely. Oh, look at these. Intense concentration here. They look nasty, don't they? And if you think your power will stop, look, I've got a nasty gas thing to get past. However, they shouldn't be too hard. Oh, how on earth am I going to get past him? I must have to follow him and drop down that gap. Oh no, we've got to wait till the gas comes out, have I? Okay, I can do that. That looks tough, doesn't it? But I've done well. What's up here? Oh, I don't know. Look at that. It's another way around, maybe? Look, he's turned blue again now. Oh, see how that is not, you don't, the collision control on this is not bad at all. You know, if it catches a few of your pixels, you're not dead. But if you're right in the middle of it when they go down, it will crush you like that. I was basically in the middle of that. I can accept that. Now we've got too many ways to go now. I'm sort of confused. Obviously, I've got to find a way to open that before we can go through it. Red's active, is it? Okay. Oh, didn't know you could do that. Okay, fine. That's cool. No, you can't go through blue. So that's all my lives gone. Well, I'll tell you what. For a newish game that I haven't played before, I really enjoyed that, and I thought it was very well done. I love the both AY tunes. The one in the game is pretty good. Can be a little bit repetitive, but this is version 1.4. I thought it was a good game. I really did. I really enjoyed it, and it's had me playing it for quite a while. Definitely love the music though. Don't know how well that's going to come across on this microphone, but when you're actually listening to it here, it's in stereo. So it's really good stereo AY sound, so it's neutralising all the capabilities of the Ngo or the Spectrum 2 Plus 2. It will sound just as good on the stereo output on that one. Marks out of 10 then. Brilliant game. 9.5 out of 10. Thought it was well done. It's got me hooked, so I have been playing it off camera and I really enjoyed it. So one for you to try. Please give it a go. Available on download. Let's move on to something else that's new this week. I've come across this game going through my files, and this was quite a recent one, 2019 as a matter of fact. Higgy 2, available by Bush Bee Games Inc. You just type in Bush Bee and go on that website. You can get 1 or 2 games from there for about £1 or so. A couple of them you're able to just take the free download if you so wish. We're going to have a look at this game. Bush Bee Games are responsible for this, but it's originally a Codemasters game. Well, it looks like a Codemasters game. I may be wrong there. In fact, I probably am wrong there. They did Higgy 1, which looked like a clone of a Disney game. Disney with a beard, effectively. Well, have a look, it's a platformer. Let's turn the down a little bit. We're a little bit too loud. I can tell that because I can't hear myself speak. So we'll go to Kempston. I've got the Kempston and I've charged the controller this week. So it's going to be a platformer. It's not going to be an easy platformer. Interesting looking sprite. You've only got obviously left, right and jump. And you're collecting these, well, they're supposed to be sausages. Before you can move on to the next screen, you've got to really get close to the edge in order to jump. We did that super easy, and it reminds me, when you've got a little number 2 in the sprite like that, I think the loading screen of Frankenstein had numbers on it, you know, and on the parts of the body. It just reminds me a little bit of that. Got to be a little bit careful here. Now you've got 2 directions you can go in. You can go up or you can go left. We'll have a look up. So we've got to just, oh, you lose a life, so you can jump too far. This could be tricky. I think this is a case of timing it between the bounces so we can grab another sausage there. Don't think we want to be jumping. Oh yes, we definitely do. But, oh. So a leap of faith. So evidently you can't do that. But strangely enough, I've ended up down here, which is that entrance. Not a problem. So to get to that sausage, I've got to go all the way around there and drop down the right direction. We can come back to that now. Let's have a look at a bit more of the screens. A long-haired moggy with glasses on. That's what it looks like to me. Can you jump over anything fairly easily? Yes, indeed you can. So the collision control is not too bad. Movement's quite nice. Oh, this looks a bit of a tricky one. So this looks like you're on a, looks like a coach, doesn't it, with 2 wheels. Oh, we just about made that gap. Yeah, that's was a bus, and this is the bus station by the sounds of things, but there's a sausage up there we can collect, but we can't jump on that level. So you can fall too far. And I'm going to do it again. Somehow I don't think I'm going to be able to get up there. Game over. What do I think of the game? Well, for the platformer, I like the fact it's a larger sprite than your average sprite. It's 4 graphical squares, if you like, and the movement of the actual sprite's quite nice. Let's have a look at the movement again. Watch his feet. So there's quite a few frames of animation there, and his eyes are opening and closing a little bit as well. So he's sort of blinking as he walks. It's very smooth movement of the sprite. I like that bit, and I do like the colour background, even though it's been used before. And yeah, it's not too bad. It's not easy though, it's a lot trickier than it looks. Marks out of 10 from the Retro Robbins Show. What I'm going to say that's worth, it's a tough one really, because there's a lot of games in that sort of genre of platformers that I like anyways, and I'm as a platformer specialist, that's where I'm really good. I'm not so great on shoot 'em ups, and I'm not so great on other pieces of games where you've got adventure games. I really can't dig adventure games. I think the only adventure game I actually ever got into was Valhalla, and that was a labour of love. Anyway, I've gone off the subject, let's get back to it. I'm going to give that a respectable 7 out of 10, and yeah, Bushby Games Inc. is where you can get that from. Right, let's move on to a first Crash Magazine re-review of today, and we're going to go back to issue number 61, February 1989. This particular Crash was £1.25. Let's have a look at the game I want to review from out of that Crash. Tiger Road by, of course, Go Capcom would have cost you £8.99 or even £12.99 on disc. Presentation was given 47%, graphics was given 45%, sound was given, interestingly enough, 50%, playability 49%. The reason why I say interestingly enough is I actually think this has got reasonably good sound. Additive quality is 44%, overall rating was a shocking 47% for such a big game. We're going to load the Z80 file, of course. I've got a poked version of that as well, but I'm not going to cheat today. I'm going to try and play it legitimately. It could end up tragic, unfortunately, but we'll give it a go anyways. As soon as you load this, it will have a great loading screen. Not bad at all. Really got the action going on there. Minor bits of colour clash, is there? Not really, I can't see anything too major in the loading screen. Nice bit of graphic artwork, so yeah, fair play. I definitely like the way that they've written out the word Tiger Road at the top there. Is really well done. However, in the top left hand corner I have no idea what that is. It looks like it's a bloke strapped to a kite, which is what he is actually, and he's been hacked down by an axe, which is something we're going to look into. So let's just remove the AY sound here as we load this. We'll select 4 for the Kempston. You've got 1 or 2 player start. Just listening to the AY. Oh, would you like my t-shirt? The t-shirt relates to a Hat in Time, which was a game that was crowdfunded, and it was created a couple of years ago now. I'm quite getting into it really, I quite like it. It's a fun game, but there's so much music available on the internet for it, which was featured on this show a few months ago as an intro music at the background. A Hat in Time. It's actually a decent little game. Right, so anyway, enough of that. Let's have a look at this. We're going to play this game now. It has an intro start to it. Gives you a little scene. Goes very quiet for a minute. They've kidnapped a child. Yes, master. The enemies will take usually 2 blows. Jump up to different levels, just keep walking along as fast as you can, to be fair. Oh, and they can get you up there, can't they, if I remember rightly. Click the scrolls as you go along. Made it to the end, so we're straight into the next level. And we go straight for the boss fight, shall we? We'll just blast him with a few blows. Don't know if he is a boss, but I'll tell you what, He's very stationary, isn't he? He's trying to follow me. So I presume I'm not going to kill him. I've just got to go and try and get to the end before the time ends. Oh, he's got me there. Wow, that was quick. I just walked into him and died. So I've just got to get up the stairs. Okay, no problem. But you see what I mean about the music? The music is quite continuous, and oh, you can kill him. Okay, so now we can go upstairs, can we? Oh, that's nice, isn't it? You can jump on that platform. Cool. Obviously blocks that way. Please don't let me have to kill that bad guy again. No, it's game over. Well, a brief look, a short go, but personally I quite like the game. It was such a low rating now, wasn't it really, Tiger Road? I presume it's because if they compared it to the arcade version, which we'll turn down that a touch, the arcade version was, if there was an arcade version, I'm not even sure, you know, I should check these things up really, shouldn't I? But overall, it's not a bad experience, and, oh, I might as well give you the pokes for it, haven't I? If you want to play with the cheat is in hex C8F500 for your lives, and for the time it would be C992, B7 if you want to put the cheats in, and using a multi-phase poke you'd 51445, 0 for the lives, and 51602,183 for the time. You've also got a one-hit poke, which I don't recommend putting that particular poke in personally, because you might be able to kill them with one hit, but unfortunately they can also kill you with one hit, so it sort of works against you slightly. But yeah, that was Tiger Road. So let's have a look at another game from out of a particular Crash magazine. The next game would have cost you £9.95, also from the same issue of Crash, number 61. The review was for Double Dragon. Presentation 66%, graphics 64%, sound 55%, playability 63%, detective qualities then was 64%, overall rating 64%. Which was a bit of a letdown because I played the arcade version of this particular game, and we used to do a little routine over the part Double Dragon. Me and my former DJ friend Simon Amos, who used to be known as Simon C, also was a Haven holiday entertainer for a long time, and he ran a couple of holiday parks. But that was a different life. That was an evil me. I killed him. We're going to load this game in 128k. I do not believe it is a 128k game, but we'll load it anyways. Maybe. Great little load in Mastertronic, of course. I didn't mention that, did I? From 1988, when it was converted to the Spectrum. While that flashes away, let's press a key and choose our control options. One select options for controls. For player 1, which was 2, and yeah. So 0 to begin, you can have 2 players of course, it's better with 2 players, but 0 to begin, press hit or fire to begin. How disappointing was this compared to the arcade? I mean, the arcade, when I first saw it, it was just something ridiculously brilliant, wasn't it? You're supposed to beat these up before you can move along the screen. Usually a flying kick does it. What a headbutt. Sometimes they get me more than I get them though. Yeah, I find that the headbutt's probably more effective than anything else. But I've got to kill him before I can move on. You'll get the go screen. Nearly there. Nearly there, he's nearly got me. There we go, now we should be able to move on. And now we've got had already. Oh, we've all seen this game before surely. If we haven't, then it might be a welcome surprise. You can see it's got the glorious colour clash between the top and the bottom, you know, which doesn't take anything away from this playable game. It is really quite playable. It's not as good, I don't think, as Target Renegade. Slightly larger sprite, to be fair, which is, you know, they're not bad done, but they're just, their heads look slightly too big for the bodies on this, to be fair. So yeah, just going to give him a good beating. There we go. Oh yeah, you can knee them when you can hold them down and knee them, which is I think we'll go up the ladder, shall we? Because usually there's a few nasties come out that door. We can avoid most of them. And there's the big guy, which you want to avoid, to be fair. But they don't follow you up here, but you can't go really too much further because you've got to. Oh yeah, if you fall off the edge, you do take a blow, so you can't jump it. Watch the lady with the whip, because that's deadly. And I've got to instantly get out of this situation with a... Hopefully when you do kick them down, they're too busy trying to pick up the weapon, you can get a few blows in. If you don't move quick enough, you do tend to take a bit of a hammering. Once you start getting a few blows, you find yourself stuck and stationary, so you have to take a few hits. Oh, he's just hit me with a bat, which is pretty much instant death usually, because that takes a lot of energy away from you. Oh, I was kicking him, it stopped me kicking him. Right, now I'm in real trouble. Let's get the big guy out of the way anyways. I'm taking the hammer in as usual, but as I say, these are not my greatest games. I usually put the cheats and pokes into this. I'm getting hammered. Come on, one more blow. We'll get through these. I've got a whip, have I? No, it's him. Yes. Getting in the hang of it now. I wasn't even facing her. How did she get a blowy? I think we can move on, can't we? Can we move on? Oh, we've got to kill somebody. Yes, I can. Now I've got a weapon you're dead for. Oh, I had a weapon. To get a weapon, you just press down and pick up. And I can't seem to get a blow in with a weapon. Oh no, I think it's game over. Good thing on this game you get continues, don't you? Right, I'm having that weapon this time round. Will you let me get the weapon so I can hit you with it? He's not letting me play ball, is he? I just had to beat you up the old-fashioned way. He's a tough nut to crack, this one, isn't he? Come here and die. I'm getting a few blows in now. Why isn't he dead yet? How many blows can this guy take? That's better. We've got a weapon, so we're going to move on to a screen. Oh yeah, the alleyway. We get somebody with a weapon. I'm going to just spend ages getting that as well. Oh well, I'm not going to play this forever. Because on the arcade, that guy there is absolutely huge and ripped and muscly, but on the Spectrum, Well, it's hard for them to get definition like that, obviously, but it's not a bad game. I thought it was a bit mean, giving it 64% because it's an okay play, to be fair. Could have had a bit more AY sound in it though, couldn't it, if it was a 128k version back in 1988? Because the arcade does have a tune in the background, even though very slight, but it's mainly, you know, adds a bit of atmosphere. Maybe that could have helped the cause for the Spectrum version. Still, it was a good effort, and I do enjoy playing it, but it's still, you know, not one I would really go back to because I prefer Target, Renegade, or Renegade. So what would I say? I'm going to totally agree with Crash. I'm going to give that a 6.5 out of 10. So after I said that was mean, I've completely agreed with them. Let's move on to another re-review. Chop. Should have had a shave, but I didn't. Right, we're moving on to a different Crash magazine now. We're going to December 1989 still, but issue number 71. The game I want to review is one I reviewed in the past on a previous show when I did a Commodore versus Spectrum version of this, but I haven't actually reviewed the actual game itself. The ratings were a little bit confusing because of a misprint on the magazine, but I do believe that I've got the right ratings now. But I'm sure you'll let me know if I get these wrong in the comments below. Right, before I tell you the game, I'm going to tell you the ratings. The presentation was given 79%. Graphics was given 78%. Playability 75%. Addictive qualities was 75%. But needless to say, overall rating was 81%. Or was it? The only clear rating of that was the overall was 81%, but we'll go with that. It was by Activision. John Mullins was the man responsible. Cassette only at £9.99. There's the game. You can see it highlighted. We're going to go for the top file. 128k sound in this. At the start. Nice presentation. You'll see that for yourself in a moment. So let's enter the game. And if there is a loading screen, we will have a look at it. And there's your loading screen. Not too bad, to be fair. Once your autofocus focusing. And we start with this great spinning power drift demo wireframe, of course. Activision and Sega is also responsible, so I presume they were working together there. There you go, John Mullins. Graphics by Clive, and the music effect by Dave. So, what can I tell you about this game? I've played it a number of times. I have enjoyed playing this game, to be honest. 81% overall rating, and I've had a look at a few various versions of this. I haven't come across the Commodore version now. I must have a look at that. One for me to see in the future. So, let's go straight into the game and have a little play of it, shall we? There's that Kempson. Right, we can choose a guy. Oh, I'd love it. I haven't got my Mohican on today. He's got a big cheesy smile. That's more like me, but I'm dying a bit of a stubble, so I'm going to have the beard, I think. Why not? And we'll go for course D. We just got to start the game, haven't we? Get ready. Here we go. Quite a quick game, to be honest, and all I do really, rather than break, is I change gear. It's a nice little textured floor as you go up and over this hill. I'm in 4th position. Oh, of course, if you hit somebody, you just spin right off the road. I've just lost my position now to 6, so I need to change up speed pretty fast. We're on the second of 4 laps. Got to be careful. If you can remember which way the road's going to turn next, it is a bit of an advantage. I'm still in 4th position. I'm doing okay though. I'm not my forte racing game, but we've got lap time there. We're getting through quite nicely. Well, I've got to be honest. As a racing game goes, this is not bad at all, is it? I've slowed down a bit too much, so I'm going to stay in 3rd position. Oh, I should have changed gear. Oh, I've crashed. The only bugbear is sometimes on the textured road, it does kind of make them kind of hard to see. But once you get over that, I'm back in 6th position. You've lost your positions pretty quickly. Lap time not improved, but I don't think it has. I didn't check it last time. I also would have kept an eye on that, hadn't I, really? Oh, I just about made it through that bend. Will I finish any higher than 7th? Ah, we finished. They finished at the front. No, we can see who's in 1st position because they finished first. And 3rd, so I'm going to get 4th, am I? Yes, I got 4th. Do you want to continue? Okay, well I'm not going to carry on anyways. Nice game. Nice the way you can select the guys at the top. I like that, the way it randomly selects them in the positions that they are. So yeah, I enjoyed playing it. I thought it was very playable. You know, there wasn't really any delay with the speed of it. It didn't slow down when you had lots of tiled background coming towards you, you know, like the surface of the floor being highlighted and whatever. Seemed to carry on playing through that quite well. So yeah, I thought it was a good game. 8 out of 10 or 81% Crash gave it, and I look at it and I think, how many games are as good as that with so much going on the screen and still play as well? There aren't many. You know, I think it's just a little bit of a shame it hasn't got music other than sound effects in the background. If you could have had the choice, that would have been nice. It does use AY sound in it, but if it had an AY tune just to give it a bit more atmosphere, I would have said that would have been a full-on Crash smash all day long. It's a sound that let it down a little bit, so for that reason I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 as well. I'm totally agreeing with Crash. What do you think? Remember, today's show is all run on real hardware, and it's only a matter of opinion, and you're allowed to have a different opinion, and I'm quite happy to hear from you. So if you do have a different opinion and you want to tell me about it, what do you think? Where do you think I went wrong? Please feel free to do so. I do value your input. Thank you all, by the way. So, Commodore won last week's battle, and it was a controversial decision. I only think it was controversial by the amount of thumbs down I had. Although that went one less for some strange reason. 19 likes to 3 dislikes. So I presume that that's the way that the Commodore Kingdom disliked it, even though they won. I like the Commodore. There's a great game on the Commodore coming up. I'm going to start reviewing some Commodore games as well in the future, because there's 1 or 2 I really enjoyed. I've had a few cassettes come through now because I've started buying software for the Commodore as well. So join me now as we go for a classic with Spectrum and Commodore. The fight continues. We're going for an absolute classic game. Well, I don't think I've done before because I didn't realise it came out on the Commodore. The game we're going to have a look at now is one of my favourite games for the Spectrum. But I have to say, I've played the Commodore version and I do like the look of that one. So what game are we talking about? Well, you'll recognise it instantly. It's a 48k only game. I don't think there was an AY version of this. Bruce Lee! And any minute now you get to beep or sound me up. Oh, just that great sound. Once the game had loaded, of course, you had this bleeper sound, and it was just really, really good for the time. So we change the controls to C, of course, and we'll press enter to begin. And I've got to say that the speed of the Spectrum one is beautiful, isn't it? I mean, it's just an absolutely classic game. I'm going to play it up to a few levels, well, a few screens. I can complete this endless amount of times. It's one game that once you've mastered it forever. Oh, hang on a minute, that wasn't in the plan. Let's start that again, shall we? Yes, Houston, we had a problem. It crashed on me. See, I do keep the glitches in. Oh. To be honest, that's only happened once. Ah, you missed me. Oh, and I missed that. I should have stuck with keys, because I'm so used to using the keys. When you've got a joystick, it's so good at reacting, it's unreal. Ah, I got it. I'm pressing sort of up left by accident, you know, and that's why I'm jumping when I don't really want to jump. Now, if you watch it's an important part here, if you watch them, he actually climbs up the ladder on this one and he follows you. The little guy, once he's down there until you actually destroy him. But the sort of larger bodybuilder of the two, I won't say fat. Who says he's fat? He's not, he's just well built, isn't he? I don't know, you have to be politically correct with sprites. Yeah, he will follow you, and he will follow you anywhere you go, which is important to know. So if you're at the top level, he'll follow you up here. But if you go out and back again, he stays there. Right, now look at this bit at the bottom here that I'm standing on now, this part here. When you collect the last one, it disappears. That's an important factor. Right, I'll show you for why in a bit. Oh, and they fall down the hole as well, which is good. Now that part is really nicely done, isn't it? Really colourful, the graphics on this Spectrum for this. And another little thing here, if you notice there's a twin pair that go across at the bottom, as you can see on the screen. But there's nothing underneath it. Well, on the Commodore one you get ones here. Oh, great. That's important to remember. And we'll probably get to about this screen before we have a look at the Commodore version. And if you look at the top there, there's knives across, all the way across the top. Right? These amulets, they're fairly stationary. Haha, you impaled yourself. Yes, and that moving vine or platform does change. Right, that was easy enough to grab. I'm going to die. Oh, I made it. Now, once you duck with this game, they don't know where you are. Right, I'm stuck on the edge here. You can't die because you passed the flame. That was super easy, very inconvenient. Right, I think we've seen enough of this. Let's have a look at the Commodore version, shall we? Straight to the Commodore version. Well, my first initial assessment to this. See if I can turn it up a touch. It doesn't look too bad, does it? Give it a bit of volume. You can see he's trying to hit me and they stay there. They know you're on the ground in the Commodore version, where the Spectrum one, they completely run across you. And you get like a whoosh as you throw a kick. The ladder's slightly different. While you're on the ladder, we'll let him appear. Watch this. Sort of a blocky character, isn't he? The slightly larger guy. Looks like he's had too much run because he looks sick. But he doesn't go up the ladder to follow you. He doesn't do anything at all. He stays there, which changes the game slightly because of the slightly sharper graphics on the Spectrum. And it only one kick to kill him. Wow. Takes about 3 blows on the Spectrum, where it takes 1 on this one. Right, we're going to carry on with this. We're going to endeavour. I won't bore you with that. We'll just pause it and get some of this done. So as you can see, they're just staying at the bottom, aren't they? Until you land, they don't know where you are. Oh yeah, and he can be slightly harder to kill. And look, if you time it wrong, he does knock you over as well. And he will appear at the bottom as well. Instantly, anywhere on the screen, the green guy can appear. I presume he's going to appear at the bottom now. There he is. See, he just appears at the bottom. So you just wait for him to appear at the bottom before you can move on to the next screen. And I've collected this one last because if you watch the door on this one, it actually slides across, which I find unusual. Man, he's hit me while he's falling down. How has he managed that? Oh, you took 1 kill to die last time. You took about 2 this time, did you? I've actually got beaten. Okay, now this is the bit I was talking about. Oh, I'm going to die. Oh, see, there's a second one on that one where the Spectrum has only got 1. This one's got 2. So you've got to be really good with the timing here. Yep. Once you click that though, it stops that. Now, the swords across the top, they're not there. But the ambits are flashing left and right. Oh, I've missed it. Oh, that's instant death when that happens. Right, so we'll try again. So this one you need to jump a little bit further back, do you? Got it. Right, so as long as I don't die. Right, he won't move, so he's stuck there now. Oh, and that's an annoying thing as well. You go straight to the top, and then it takes you ages to come back down. We'll be here for a while. But when you get to a certain point, that stops moving, so you're able to just go across. They do die easier. They do die easier on the Commodore version. Come on across now. Oh. It cut off my toenails and I'm dead. Come on, we'll have another go at that. Believe it or not, the sound of Nixie is coming from the +3. It's one that Mutant Caterpillar have sorted the sound fix on me for me, which is great. Good bloke, isn't he, Ian? Oh, there's another thing. Once you've got past them, those things don't go across. I don't know if I like that or not. It's like saying you haven't got to do that part of the challenge again because you've successfully completed it. Now hopefully I've timed this well. Yeah, I have. There you go. I was nowhere near the flame and it killed me. Well, I've come to my verdict, and I think you pretty much know where I'm going to go with this, because I've pointed one or two good things out, and I've also pointed an awful lot of bad things out. But for those of you that don't know, I'm trying to judge this fairly between the two systems. There's no bias involved if I can help it. I'm doing it from the head, not the heart. So, this might come as a shock to you, but here comes my verdict. Yeah, why? It just can't be beat, can it really? It's a great game, it's great looking graphics, and there are bugs in the Spectrum version, admittedly, yes. But the sharper, more clearly defined graphics, the overall playability, the fact that the guy's got a bit more AI and he's able to follow you makes a great spectacle. I also like the fact that if you're playing with somebody, they can be part of the game as well. They can either play against you or play with you. And usually with my sister, I would only play with her because she was rubbish. Most times I'd get bored of that and then I'd go and beat her up. She too is a Spectrum fan. Not as big as me because she's more into her Star Wars, but yeah. So, do you agree? What do you think? Was the Spectrum the better version? Or did you think the Commodore had it in the bag there and I was just being a bit, I don't know, biased? Me? No! Which reminds me, I need to call Duffy, a paramedic, actually. He come to a conclusion where the Spectrum won this week. It makes me happy. To be fair, you have to be fair, and sometimes, you know, Commodore do deserve it. But on this occasion, you can clearly define that the Spectrum version, without doubt, undoubtedly, was better than the Commodore. There's one of the bugs, look. There's one of the bugs for the Spectrum. But, yeah, that was the Retro Robbins Show for this week. I do hope you all enjoyed it. If you do, please remember to like, subscribe for me if you haven't already done so. A big hi to all my new subscribers. Big shout out to Chris. Big shout out to Stephen from sending me them brilliant circuit boards I've been making up for the multi-face 128 recreated, keeping hardware alive for your original ZX Spectrum, which are available if you want one. Just get in touch with me, I'm sure I can do you one up. I have enough components and parts, definitely have a shed load of logic chips I need to use up lately, and I'll get one of those to you as always. Matthew Logue, of course, doing the music in the background. Fantastic guy. He's sent me so many AY tunes that I just have got spoiled for choice. This is Van der Valk in AY music, and only I, as far as I know, and him himself, of course, have got this. Nobody else. The same as the other one that I use. Only I have that. However, it's up to Matthew to release that if you want that off him, not me. It's not for me to give away, but I'm sure he'd be more than happy to share that with you. Get in touch with him, and you too could have your own AY version of Wipeout or Van der Valk. In the meantime, for me, Wayne Retro Robbins, it's a pleasure doing videos for you as always. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice working week or weekend. It's goodbye from me. That's goodbye from my computers behind. And it'll soon be goodbye from Emo, who's joining me on the set to help me with the show. Take care. Thanks for watching.